Okay, welcome back. We are moving now to the last pair of category presentations where we will start with food and then move on to confectionery. So to kick us off, I'd like to ask Nikhil and Remy to come and take food forwards. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good afternoon to all of you. My name is Nikhil Chand. I'm the head of the Food SBU. Along with me, Remy Ejel, the EVP and CEO of Zone AOA. We are delighted to talk about food to you. Food really is a vibrant and dynamic category. We sell about 12 billion Swiss franc worth of food every year with an accretive margin and a growth of around 5% in the last 3 years. We are proud of our leadership. Maggi is the world's #1 food brand, going to over 800 million households every year. Geographically, we have a balanced split between emerging and developed markets, with over 95% of our operating sales having a #1 or #2 position. Before we go deeper into our business, let's take a step back and look at how our consumers engage with food across meal moments. These meal moments start with snacking. This is all about excitement, about pleasure, about taste and enjoyment. The everyday routine meals, your morning breakfast, your lunch or dinner, that has satiety and a bit of taste built into it. And then the special meals, which have not only satiety, but an emotional connection. This could be around festivals, for example, Christmas, Ramadan, Easter. This could be change of season, for example, barbecue season. This could also be within a week how you change your meal habits, a Taco Tuesday or a Sunday family brunch. All these meal moments are then served by fresh ingredients, by staples, and 600 billion Swiss franc worth of food solutions. These value-add food solutions straddle, firstly, cooking solutions. Simply put, products that help a homemaker to cook and put food on the table with convenience and taste. Prepared meals that have convenience built in by design and offer comfort and nutrition on the table. And then small meals which have all the excitement of snacking, but also the satiety of a meal. This large category offers a modest growth outlook, and for Nestlé it is imperative, firstly, we start regaining market share and then look at growth platforms to accelerate growth. So how do we identify those growth platforms? We looked at the 4 biggest trends that are defining how the world eats and cooks. In the 15th and 16th centuries, crops cross continents. Today, cuisines are crossing continents. And this has got amplified with out-of-home and digital. Our convenience equation and exploration is changing for the consumers, driven by change in household structure. On one hand, more multi-generational families. On the other hand, smaller, singular households, fueling with rapid urbanization a much more fluid eating lifestyle. There is a value maximization in our consumers' homes and kitchens. Our consumers are really smart, and they look for the best budget choices that influence meal preparation. And we've identified that there is a correlation between how much you spend as your household budget on food compared to your total income in how you prepare food. So for example, a key country for us, Nigeria, where over 50% of the household budget goes behind food, cooking from scratch is preferred. In developed countries, this number comes down significantly, and convenient meals are much more valorized. While taste and convenience are the heart of the category, we do recognize, as Laurent put in the beginning, there are some segments that are looking for more conscious choices. So based on these 4 meta trends, we've identified 5 growth platforms for us to look at opportunities to refuel our engine. Modern cooking. This brings the joy of cooking with simplicity, ease, and excitement, sometimes enabled with an appliance like an air fryer. World cuisine that feeds the need for this bolder, fresher taste across all tables. Affordable nutrition, the ability to bring taste and nutrition in an affordable manner across millions of meals every day. Wholesome bowls, the area of snackification, but served through a hot, fresh, wholesome noodle, pasta, or grain. And then plant-based, how we can bring more taste to plants and legumes. At Nestlé, we believe we are well placed to capture these opportunities. Firstly, because of our leading portfolio of brands. I never get tired of saying this. Maggi is the world's #1 food brand, going to over 800 million households. It is also the leading brand for Nestlé in terms of household penetration. Stouffer's is the #1 frozen meal in the US. Carnation is the #1 dairy culinary brand globally. Garden Gourmet is the #1 plant-based brand in Europe. Titler is the #1 bouillon in China. And all these #1s I mentioned, what do they signify? They signify the trust, the value, and the relevance our consumers place on our brands every single day across all means. And this relevance is super important for us in the food category, because food, at the end, is about what matters to our consumers in their table, in their kitchen, in their family, in their homes every single day. To unlock this local relevance, we go back and insight and mine how the world eats through our chef network, through our culinary specialists, and through our proprietary research tools that help us really understand the local nuances. We combine this local nuance and local relevance with the global expertise and scale of Nestlé, with an R&D that's very close and the operations that's really close to our markets. And that gives us then an unmatched portfolio in both width and depth of answering consumer needs across cooking solutions, across prepared meals, across small meals. And within that, you see the ability of us to have a specific solution for a specific need in a specific market. But we don't want to win just in the consumer's homes and kitchen. We also want to win in their phones. And our digital journey for the food business started quite early. And this early initiative and pioneering initiative has given us the ability to have today the #1 branded food ecosystem between Maggi and Recitas Nestlé that serves over 320 million consumers every single year, answering a very simple question: what do I cook today? What food do I serve my family today? What do I eat today? And this simple question empowers our consumers and enables them to not just put food on the table, but also make informed, healthier choices. We have, for example, proprietary tools like My Menu IQ. This gives you the healthfulness of a recipe and also suggests complementary dishes that may enable you to make a choice that is extremely complementary to your desire. So in this context, our business priorities are super clear and super focused. We have to grow our cooking solutions business and capture the growth platforms of modern cooking, affordable nutrition, and world cuisine. We need to accelerate our small meals business to take as much share as we can from snackification. And we do recognize we have to continue to fix our prepared meals frozen business. We will enable this business prioritization by a very disciplined execution across more meal moments and across more value per meal. Let me, in the next slide, bring some texture to this strategy in action, stuff that's already happened and something that is more to come. On our cooking solutions business, our first step is to ensure that we are at the forefront of the trend of appliance-based cooking. Over 30%, I repeat, over 30% of the world's household already has an air fryer. And this trend of cooking with an air fryer is here to stay, growing at double-digit over the last 3 years. How do we best capture that across our ambient and our frozen portfolio with our power brands Maggi, Titler, and Stouffer's, offering crunchy textures, marination, and leveraging our patented baking seasoning sheet technology that you'll experience tomorrow at the Nestlé Research and Development Center. This product is also backed with a service platform to ensure that if you do not want to try a new product but use your existing favorites in air fryer, we can guide you. We also recognize that plant-based is a much broader opportunity. Today, flexitarians are looking for broader options to bring taste to their tables, and therefore the launch of this new recipe solution in Germany allows consumers to bring variety, taste, and texture through plant-based. And then taking the learnings we have on plant-based into an affordable nutrition format with the launch of the Maggi soya chunks in Sivar. We also believe affordable nutrition through our cooking solutions business is a great vector for micronutrient fortification. Under the Maggi brand, we serve over 100 billion serves of micronutrient fortification every single year. I spoke about accelerating our small meals business. This really is being consumer-centric and shopper-centric. We need to go where the shopper would like to have a convenient, hot, fresh, wholesome bowl at their arm's length, and therefore an omni-channel approach. This is about expanding into new geographies, and next year in the US, we are launching the Maggi Noodle franchise. It is also about exploring new segments. So for example, the iconic Stouffer's mac and cheese, could we take that to the ambient aisle? While we look at more meal moments, we also would like to look at more value per meal in the small meal segment. We are launching in Europe under the Garden Gourmet brand a ready-to-eat plant-based salad. We have launched in India this year for the first time a breakthrough innovation of a high-protein chickpea noodle. I spoke about world cuisine. This is a big bet for Europe next year across both cooking solutions and noodles, and we pioneered the launch globally on a mainstream brand like Maggi with the Korean noodle in India. I spoke about fixing the prepared meals business, and here we have to first and foremost address the fundamental price-value equation on our business. But beyond that, we have to also recognize that we need to innovate stronger, faster, and sharper, and therefore the market has identified certain areas of opportunity for sustainable growth. Following the modern cooking lens, but in an American way with the approach of Stouffer's air fryer meals, but also getting into new segments like sides and sandwiches to complement the fluid lifestyle. Weight management with our classic Lean Cuisine brand, but also with Vital Pursuit to understand how we can complement the GLP-1 journey much better. And world cuisine through our meals and pizza division with the launch of Tapatio for the Hispanic audience, for the Ming's brand for the Asian cuisine, as well as the out-of-home Italian-inspired pizza with DiGiorno. As you can see, there's a lot we'd like to talk about, but for today's focus, we'd like to zoom in on one of our jewels, our emerging countries, and for that, invite Remy to take the slides from here.
Thank you, Nikhil. It's a pleasure for me to be with all of you. Emerging market is over half of our global business in the food category, leading on growth and profit margin, and with a strong headroom for further growth. In these markets, the portfolio is led by cooking solution and small meals, with very much loved brands like Lechera, Carnation, Totole, and Maggi. I would like to share with you a flavor, I would say, of our powerhouse, Maggi, in Zone AOA in a short video.
Step into the vibrant world of Maggi in Zone AOA, where cultures collide and flavors come alive, creating a culinary experience like no other. Maggi, deeply ingrained in local traditions and people's lives, blends innovation with heritage to offer a diverse range of products and services that resonate with consumers across the region. In fact, our most iconic dishes such as biryani, jollof, or mee goreng wouldn't simply be the same without Maggi. This made Maggi an iconic brand in the region, particularly strong in India, Malaysia, Philippines, Vietnam, Nigeria, South Africa, and Saudi Arabia. Through immersive activations and creative merchandising, Maggi has not only reached 300 million households, but crafted experiences that have captured the hearts and taste buds of consumers, driving growth and loyalty. Moreover, Maggi has connected and empowered individuals and their communities today to thrive tomorrow. Maggi's commitment to quality has fueled its expansion, from sourcing the finest ingredients to ensure exceptional taste in every product. All of this and much more is what makes Maggi a powerful love brand in AOA.
Of course, the only thing that we cannot translate to you is actually the flavor, the smell, the taste. And I hope in our different session you will be able to experience that. So, Zone AOA is not just the largest Maggi business within emerging market, but it's also the largest ambient food business for Nestlé globally, reaching almost 300 million households. Maggi is rooted in local food culture and enjoys unmatched brand equity with iconic status across our key market. This locally rooted approach is enabled by 4R&D in Ivory Coast, India, China, and Singapore, and a network of factories in 25 of our key locations. Maggi is our fastest billionaire brand that is growing in AOA with a constant currency CAGR of 12.9, supported by a RIG of 5.8. This solid growth foundation with clearly defined strategic choices is critical for what we have been able to deliver and what we will deliver in the fast and large food landscape of 100 billion in Zone AOA. Cooking solution is our first critical growth pillar, contributing to 60% of our Maggi business. With over half the meal cooked at home, combined with our locally relevant understanding of in-home cooking, we're very well placed to further grow by increasing participation in local dishes and capturing higher share of modern cooking. At the same time, we see an acceleration of snackification of meals, and an interest to replicate out-of-home dining experiences in-home with world cuisine. These trends define the growth plan of our second pillar, small meal, which today contribute to almost 40% of our Maggi business in Zone AOA. Growth across these two pillars is enabled by discipline, organized, strong, daily execution to drive more meal moment and more value per meal. Let me first focus on how we're growing cooking solutions. First, we're capturing more meal moment. With our core portfolio, which has a winning taste, a winning own, I would say, taste advantage versus the competition. And in addition, is fortified to deliver affordable nutrition, which is a key competitive advantage in emerging market. By driving higher participation in traditional top dishes and the versatility of usage in modern cooking dishes through our digital platform, and you had a chance to see in the video the impact that it has in reality. That's one platform for all our market, and today with more than 22 million active users. We have made strong gain in household penetration, and we decided to share two of our geographies with you. Philippines, where we have gained penetration by 700 basis points, and Vietnam by 500 basis points in the last 3 years. And this is very much supported by price pack architecture to win in the differentiated channel that exists in our market. More meal moment is one, but more value per meal is another area that is an amazing opportunity for us. And we will continue to leverage global trend tailored to our local consumer needs. For example, we have launched the first ever air frying range of cooking solution in Australia with plan to expand in ASEAN because we see that trend. And that's an opportunity to have more value per meal. We have also launched plant-based cooking solution for the increasing number of flexitarian consumers. Of course, the idea, and I think Laurent was talking in the morning about, global, local, how does it fit? What's that competitive advantage? How does it happen? How does the magic happen? And I have taken the example of SeaWorld to share with you. So of course, Central West Africa is a market, a key market for AOA. And there, Maggi is one of the most loved iconic brand in this region, with brand equity score leading at 1.4 versus the nearest competitor. We have market share leadership across Nigeria, Ivory Coast, Mali, Senegal, Guinea, Burkina. I mean, it's 25 countries, so I will not go into all of them. But I think what is important to highlight, it has, and the reason of the success is related to the fact that Maggi has a distinct winning taste and is fortified with micronutrient fortification like iron, iodine, and is at an affordable price, reaching over 80 billion fortified serving anyway. The brand is supported by a strong route to market, tailored for deep penetration across the different countries. For open market, where we have an amazing business, to grocery store, supermarket, and the e-commerce channel. And what works for us is actually this pack portfolio that range from a single cube to a multi-pack. This local connect is further boosted with our Mami program in the region, which engages more than 300,000 women. So just to give you an idea, for you to imagine if you didn't have a chance to go to Central West Africa, but actually I have to say in some of ASEAN countries, the open market is a little bit like this room. And you have tables where there are some vegetable and some other ingredient. And on those tables, and behind every table, there is a mummy. Those 300,000 mummies have actually, and some of them are third generation of mummies that have been working with Maggi, with Nestlé. They are our brand ambassador. They are the ones that are supporting the business and driving it through. And of course, it's very important for me to highlight, of course, the competitiveness in operation and the local relevance in cooking for our consumer is definitely enabled by Research and Development Center, and I mentioned 4 of them. Let me try to bring it alive. I was very lucky 10 years ago to be based in Central West Africa. And 10 years ago with Stefan, who is leading us in the R&D, we were dreaming of the cube line. At that time, 10 years ago, we used to produce 800 cubes per minute. And then we dreamed and we said, can we do 1,000, Stefan and the team? And then we worked on it and we delivered that, 1,000. And then after this, we said, okay, but can we go further? Can we go to 1,200? And we did. And then after that, we say, okay, let's go incremental. Can we do 1,400? And we did. I'm very proud to share with you that in reality, from moving incrementally, then we said, you know what? Forget about incremental. Can we grow exponentially? Can we move from 1,400 unit cube per minute to 3,000? It was done. It was delivered. Last year, we started to install those new lines from 1,400 cube per minute to 3,000. Now, why is it important? Where is the competitive advantage? Every day, every morning, we produce 200 million cube of Maggi in Central West Africa that we sell. And of course, that major opportunity allow us to remain competitive and to be able to grow and to deliver profitable growth. Of course, I shared with you the example that is related to seawater. I could say the same about Philippines, or I could say the same about India, but that's one example that we thought would be interesting to share. If I focus on accelerating the small meals, again, it's all about taste. By strengthening our unbeatable taste and by expanding with new pack format for new consumption moment, we are able to leverage on the strengths that we have. We are leveraging on our out-of-home, in-home. And there is a relationship that is between both. And in that case, we are able to leverage on the out-of-home to drive the omni-channel presence of the brand across the market, through franchisee and through partnership with large restaurants and in our menus that are there. Again, the same thing. We're growing by gaining a stronger momentum and delivering more household penetration. And here I have two examples to share with you. With India, where we have grown it in the last 3 years by 500 basis points, and in Malaysia by 400 basis points. While we continue to build on the gain of our existing market, we are also geographically expanding to new market, and that's at the core of our strategy. More value per meal is the other pillar in reality of our growth. And this is based on trends, good for you variant, like our nutritionalist range of noodle, which has added veggie, fiber, and is fortified with iron. And another example is our Happy Bowl range that has been launched this year for kids. With different texture and global flavor, using our culinary expertise, we have launched our World Cuisine range. The first two that we can share with you that are off the block is our Korean noodle that has been launched last year in India, and Tom Yum in Malaysia, that we are in reality also now expanding and developing and moving forward. If there is one key takeaway that I would like to share with you before I hand over to Nikhil, it is to say that Maggi is one of the jewels in the Nestlé crown. Thank you.
Thank you, Remy. I hope that together we've been able to bring this category back to your attention. Food is the biggest category Nestlé operates in, offering growth headroom and a lot of opportunities. We have the winning recipe, brand power, combining this global expertise with local relevance, an unparalleled portfolio and industry-leading penetration that give us a chance to win in this category. As you saw in the emerging countries, we have reach, we have scale, we have strong foundations, and we have the model for a profitable growth. Remy spoke about Maggi. I joined Nestlé because of the Maggi brand, and we are proud that Maggi is not just the world's #1 food brand, but is a growth powerhouse. Thank you for your attention.